So in today's video, I've got two releases from Alexandria Fragrances that I have just been forgetting to discuss in video. I've had them for a while now, haven't given them any of my time and haven't smelled them yet. So I figured what better time than now? Let's press record, let's talk about it with you guys and see what they smell like. Of course, I'm talking about Danger Zone and King Tut. Two alternatives for some famed Roja Parfums fragrances. Stay tuned. So I think first we'll go ahead and start with King Tut, which is supposed to be Alexandria Fragrance's version, a clone of Roja Parfums' Enigma or Creation E pour Homme, depending on where you live. If you live here in the States, it's Creation E. If you live overseas, it's called Enigma. Ooh, strong out the atomizer. We're going to give it a spray right here on the hand. We'll give it two good sprays. Solid atomizer. Oh yeah. That is Creation E. Now, I have the Parfum Cologne versions of these fragrances, but not the Pour Homme. And I've heard a lot of good things through the Facebook groups and stuff like that, especially the Alexandria Fragrances group on Facebook about King Tut. I know this is one of the popular ones from the house. I smell it all in the air. Definitely a very strong resemblance to the Parfum Cologne. It smells very similar to me. I haven't smelled the original Pour Homme, but with this one, you're getting that Coke float, Dr. Pepper float type of smell. It's all kinds of vanilla and benzoin, and that I'm sure that's the cognac note I'm getting for the booziness. A lot of fizzy, just popping and cracking type of benzoin. That fizziness, that effervescent quality that I get in Creation E Parfum Cologne is definitely here in this clone of the Pour Homme. Although I am picking up a bit more tobacco than I do from the other rendition, that might be one of the subtle differences from the fuller, more richer Pour Homme versus the Parfum Cologne. Because I definitely pick up a bit more tobacco in this one versus what I have. And I gotta tell you, it's all encompassing the air around me. It's putting out. So, dare I say, just based off this first impressions, that it's probably a room filler. If I was to give myself 5 or 6 sprays, probably going to be bordering room filling type of projection, if not room filling projection. Because this stuff is coming off of my hand. I'm digging it. This one definitely has a bit more tobacco though, I will say, because I don't get tons of tobacco in the Parfum Cologne. Obviously the quality is not the same. They don't use the same oils that Roja Parfums uses, but it doesn't smell cheap or designery. And when I say designer, it doesn't smell synthetic. I don't really get a synthetic vibe or anything that's off-puttingly chemical. Man, that Coke float smell though, if you like that kind of stuff, you will absolutely like King Tut. This is a good rendition. One of the few clones of Creation E that I have smelled, and I gotta say, it's probably going to be one of the better ones. Alexandria Fragrances does do a good job. I'm not saying all of their fragrances are the best way to go when it comes to their clones. There are others I would recommend more, like Zion. Zion's fantastic. Speaking of, their clone of Roja Parfums, Elysium Pour Homme. It's great. Sammy Anders Fragrances makes a version that I like a little bit more. But when it comes to the tobaccos, I find Alexandria Fragrances does a great job, and I can tell, whether by design or not, the tobacco is really coming out here in King Tut, because based on my experience with the Hefes line, which if you haven't tried anything from the Hefes line, you need to. Some of the best tobacco fragrances. The tobacco is definitely standing out quite a bit in here. So one that I would say definitely give a try. Get a sample if you're not ready to commit to a bottle. But if you like Creation E, or you're looking to get your hands on it and you just can't imagine spending the kind of money it would cost to get that, because it's hundreds of dollars to get the Pour Homme, definitely check out King Tut from Alexandria Fragrances. This 30 ml might be exactly what you're looking for. Now, I don't know which one I was more excited about, because I do like Roja Parfums' Danger just as much as I like Creation E these days. This is called Danger Zone. Look at that dark colored juice. It's full bottle. I've never sprayed it. And we'll go on the wrist. There we go. Took 2 nice little primes. Oh wow, yeah, that's all up in the air now too. Yeah, that's Danger. Definitely smells fuller and richer. The Danger Parfum Cologne I have is definitely a lot lighter than this, whereas the Creation E Parfum Cologne I have doesn't necessarily smell a whole lot lighter than King Tut. Okay, so this is much more herbaceous. This has a stronger fougere appeal than the Parfum Cologne. Now I'm getting some differences here from Danger Parfum Cologne to Danger Pour Homme, which this is a clone of the Danger Pour Homme, the original. Yeah, there's something really green that's really strong, and it's standing out. It's prominent. Almost like a strong basil note. It's really, really herbaceous. I get a little touch of an aromatic quality, a little hit of some citrus freshness, but nothing standing out like lemon or anything like that that's just kind of grabbing me and saying, hey, I'm this. There's like a citrus medley going on with some lavender, and I want to say basil. Could be wrong here, but it's very herbaceous, very, very herbaceous, more so than the Parfum Cologne. This is masculine. This is manly. I'm digging this. This is a sports jacket kind of fragrance. This begs to wear a suit more than the Parfum Cologne, based on what I'm smelling currently. I'm really digging this though. It doesn't have a strong woody nature yet. It's early in this fragrance's lifespan, obviously. It's only in the first few minutes. But citrus medley up top where I'm not getting a specific citrus smell. Stronger and stronger lavender note coming through more and more as time is progressing. It's becoming more aromatic as that freshness settles, with a lot of herbal components here, and it really is standing out to me like basil. Like I said, I'll have to check, but I could be wrong. So it says on here, woody, aromatic, and fresh, spicy as the accords, and it's definitely all of that. The woody nature's coming through a little bit more. It's probably dominated by woods in the dry down, but as far as fresh spice and aromatic, yes, for sure. Absolutely aromatic and fresh spicy. If you like that style of fragrance, you'll probably like this, and it's a whole lot cheaper than even getting a decant of Danger Pour Homme. Danger Parfum Cologne, not as expensive, but still expensive. A bottle's going to run you $300 even from discounters. You're going to spend right over $200 for a 100 ml. Decants are going to cost you close to what 30 ml of the cologne is going to cost you. So there's something to consider. Do I prefer to get the originals? Usually, but when you're on a budget, or when it comes to these really expensive fragrances and you just can't fathom spending hundreds of dollars, that's where I'm an advocate for stuff like this, because I totally get it. I totally understand. They have a place in everybody's collection, in my opinion. Some people don't want to mess with clones. Hey, to each their own. Certain clones have a place in my collection, even though I have hundreds of originals. I have over 100 different bottles of clones, and there's some that I do wear on a pretty regular basis, even more so than the original, with that being Alexandria Fragrance's Royal Equestrian, which is a clone of Leighton. I actually wear that more than a real bottle of Leighton, and I have a decant, a 30 ml decant of Leighton Exclusive. So I have plenty of the original, but I actually wear the clone a little more because it's a little bit more spicy. And in this situation, this is definitely more herbaceous and much more spicy than the Parfum Cologne version of Danger that I do have. I may wear this one tomorrow. At the recording of this video, it's the previous night from the video goes live. So when this video goes live, this very well could be my scent of the day. I think I'm going to wear this tomorrow. I like this. I like this a lot. If you like fougères, give this a shot. At least get a sample. Danger Zone. Alexandria Fragrance's version of Roja Parfums' Danger Pour Homme. Guys, I gotta say, these two are great. Definitely not a letdown. I do have, like I said, for comparison's sake, I have the Parfum Cologne versions of the real deal, not the exact fragrances that they're cloning here, because they're cloning the Pour Homme versions. But the scent profile is very, very similar. Man, these are really, really good. The cognac's really, really taking over here with King Tut. And the woods are coming in a lot more with Danger Zone. I'm telling you, if you're looking to get some really good Roja Parfums fragrances on a budget, maybe give Alexandria fragrances a try. You can get samples of these. You can get 30 mLs, or you can get 55 milliliter bottles as well. And some of them, they even have 100 milliliter bottle offerings. But the 30 mLs usually go a long way because these things really, really perform. And I can tell you, based off of these, they're filling the area from that little bit of spraying I did. I'm sure the longevity will be there. Can't confirm exactly. That is an assumption. But based off of what I'm seeing, and my hand is still shining. See that sheen? And same thing on my wrist, shining from that oil concentration, because they are extrait de parfum. So my initial impressions of these, great clones for sure. If you're down with the clones, look for Roja Parfums. Look no further than King Tut and Danger Zone. Well, that's my thoughts and first impressions and opinions on these two from Alexandria Fragrances. And until next time, do me a real quick favor. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. So I do appreciate all the feedback, and I love hearing from you guys. What have you tried from Alexandria? I do have several of their offerings. It is one of the clone houses that I do favor. I don't have an affiliate link with them or anything like that. These were sent to me for review a while back. They kind of fell to the wayside, and I hadn't got around to them. Shout out to Hanny. Thank you for sending these out to me. Obviously, these opinions were my own. I really like Roja Parfums fragrances, and they do a really good job cloning them, if I'm being honest here. And until next time, I will say, if you get your hands on King Tut or Danger Zone and you give them a spray now, you might end up thanking me later. Have a good one, guys.